The rain had just started when Daniel heard the knock. It was late, too late for visitors. His small house felt even quieter than usual, the kind of silence that settled deep in the bones. His 5-year-old daughter, Lily, was already asleep on the couch, her tiny hand still clutching the stuffed rabbit he had sewn back together for the 3rd time. Daniel wasn't expecting anyone. Not anymore. Especially not from his past. The knock came again, firmer this time. He hesitated for a moment, his chest tightening in a way he hadn't felt in weeks, not since the divorce papers were signed, not since Clara walked out of his life like everything they built together meant nothing. He opened the door. And froze. Standing there, soaked in the rain, was Emma. Clara's younger sister. Her hair clung to her face, her breathing uneven, her eyes filled with something that wasn't just sadness, it was urgency, and fear. "Emma?" Daniel said, confused. "What are you doing here?" She looked past him, as if making sure no one had followed her, then stepped closer. "I need to talk to you," she whispered. Daniel frowned. "It's not a good time. It's about Lily." That was enough. He stepped aside instantly. Emma walked in, dripping water onto the floor, but neither of them cared. Daniel shut the door and turned to her, his expression guarded now. "What about Lily?" Emma looked toward the couch where the little girl slept peacefully, then back at Daniel. Her voice trembled. "She's not safe." Daniel's jaw tightened. "What are you talking about?" Emma swallowed hard. "Clara, she didn't just leave you. She's planning something." Daniel felt a surge of anger rise in his chest. "I don't want to hear anything about Clara." "You need to," Emma said firmly. "Because she's coming back, and not to fix things." Daniel shook his head. "You're not making sense." Emma stepped closer, lowering her voice even more. "She's in debt, Daniel. A lot of it. Dangerous people. And she told them she has something valuable." Daniel's heart skipped. "What?" Emma's eyes filled with tears. "Lily." For a moment, the world went silent. Daniel stared at her, unable to process the words. "No," he said slowly. "No, that's not possible. Clara would never." "She already did," Emma interrupted. "I heard her. I saw the messages. She thinks you won't fight back. She thinks you're too broken after the divorce." Daniel's hands clenched into fists. Broken? Maybe he had been. But not anymore. Not when it came to his daughter. "When?" he asked quietly. Emma wiped her tears. "Soon. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tonight." "I didn't know where else to go." Daniel ran a hand through his hair, his mind racing. 2 months ago, he lost everything. Or so he thought. But standing there, looking at Lily sleeping peacefully, he realized something. He still had everything that mattered. And he wasn't about to lose it. Not like this. "Why are you helping me?" he asked suddenly. Emma looked down. "Because I couldn't stop her before," she whispered. "But I can stop her now." Daniel studied her face, searching for any sign of doubt. There was none. Only fear, and determination. He nodded slowly. "Okay," he said. "Then we do this together." Emma let out a shaky breath. That night, neither of them slept. Daniel packed a small bag, just in case. Important documents, some cash, Lily's favorite things. He checked every lock in the house twice. Emma stayed by the window, watching the street like a guard. Hours passed. Every sound felt louder. Every shadow felt closer. Then, just after midnight. Headlights. A car stopped outside. Emma stiffened. That's her. Daniel's heart pounded. Lily stirred on the couch, her eyes fluttering open. "Daddy," she mumbled. Daniel rushed to her, kneeling beside her and gently brushing her hair back. "It's okay, sweetheart," he whispered. "Stay with me." Another knock. This one wasn't gentle. "Daniel." Clara's voice called from outside. "Open the door." Daniel's expression hardened. Emma grabbed his arm. "Don't open it." But Clara kept knocking. Harder. Louder. "I know you're in there." Lily clung to Daniel's shirt. "Who is that?" He held her close. "It's nothing," he said softly. "I'm here." Then. A second voice. Male. Rough. Impatient. Daniel's blood ran cold. Emma was right. This wasn't just Clara. He stood up slowly. "No more running," he muttered. Emma looked at him. "What are you going to do?" Daniel walked toward the door, but instead of opening it, he spoke through it. "Leave," he said firmly. There was a pause. Then Clara laughed. A cold, unfamiliar sound. "Don't make this harder than it needs to be," she said. "Just give me the girl, Daniel." Emma covered her mouth, tears streaming down her face. Daniel felt something inside him snap. Not fear. Not pain. Something stronger. "You're not taking her," he said. Silence. Then the male voice spoke again. "Open the door." Daniel didn't move. Instead, he reached for his phone, and pressed dial. Seconds later, sirens echoed faintly in the distance. Clara cursed under her breath. "You called the police?" she snapped. Daniel didn't answer. The sirens grew louder. Closer. Panic flickered in Clara's voice now. "Let's go," she muttered to the man. Footsteps. A car door slamming. The engine roared to life. And then. They were gone. Daniel stood there, breathing heavily, his hand still on the door. Emma collapsed into a chair, sobbing with relief. Lily looked up at him with wide, innocent eyes. "Daddy, what happened?" Daniel walked back to her, kneeling down and pulling her into his arms. "Nothing," he whispered. "Nothing's going to happen. I promise." Outside, the rain continued to fall. But inside that small house, something had changed. Daniel wasn't broken anymore. He wasn't the man Clara thought she could walk over. He was a father. And now, he knew the truth. Sometimes, the people you trust the most can become strangers. And sometimes, the person who saves you is the one who was never meant to stay silent.